Right now on News 4 at 5, saving the sewage system. The money New York State is investing to stop sludge spills from happening in Niagara Falls.
The warm and windy weather's been melting a lot of snow on the ground, but don't give up hope for a white Christmas just yet. All of the latest on a weekend storm coming up in your 4-1 forecast.
Plus, it's a road closure that will cause traffic headaches for months. How it could affect your commute in Tonawanda. News 4 at 5 starts right now.
Live in high definition, this is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 5.
A wind advisory is in effect for the next 2 hours in most parts of Western New York, and you can hear and feel that wind whipping outside tonight. Good evening to you. Some areas may have seen wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour.
That's right, and as the wind dies down tonight, more cold weather is on the way. Forewarned meteorologist Andrew Baglini is here, timing out when the freezing temperatures will move in. Andrew?
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the warm up the past couple of days, and of course that's the reason why a lot of that snow is already gone. We actually just have a few wind gusts into the newsroom very recently in the past 20 minutes. We hit 55 miles an hour at the Buffalo Airport, 47 miles an hour up towards Niagara Falls, 50 in Batavia. It's been an awfully blustery afternoon. And as we mentioned, we still have those wind advisories in much of Western New York, all of our counties except Cattaraugus and Allegheny for another 2 hours. Now, that being said, the strongest of the wind is behind us, and things will gradually start to calm down a bit later this evening. Still going to be a noticeable breeze, though, for the rest of tonight. Current wind gusts less impressive right now, 30 miles an hour at the Niagara Falls Airport, and a lot of 20s. Still awfully blustery out for tonight. Winds will continue, as I mentioned, to gradually back off through tonight. But watch the wind direction shifting out of the northwest overnight into tomorrow morning. That's what's ushering in the colder weather. We've been enjoying the day in the 40s all across Western New York. 30s, though, not that far away, and they'll be arriving later tonight by midnight. In fact, many of us back close to freezing, and we end up in the 20s once again for tomorrow morning. So a bit chillier, a bit more seasonal for your Wednesday morning commute. Now, what that cold is going to do, we have the front moving in and a few rain showers with it drifting into the southern tier, but overnight some of those spotty rain showers turn into spotty snow showers. Now, nothing very impressive, not expecting much accumulation tomorrow morning, but with the temperatures dipping down below freezing and all the snow melt we've been seeing, there is the potential for maybe some icy spots on the ground and the sidewalks and roads tomorrow morning. Shouldn't be a widespread issue, but something to watch out for as you step out the door tomorrow morning. Now, coming up in your full 4-1 forecast, we're looking ahead. We've got another storm system on the way for the weekend, and it does have the potential to bring with it a white Christmas. I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, Niagara Falls high school students will return to class tomorrow after a massive water main break forced the shutdown of the school.
Now, this is just one of the many water issues to plague the city. Remember, over the summer, several sewage spills put the Niagara Falls in a major negative light. News 4's Chris Ravadas joins us live right now from the Falls to tell us how the state is stepping in to fix these problems. Chris?
Well, Don, back in July when some of that water down below turned into sludge, there was quite an outcry, people wondering what happened. Human error was found to be the cause. The Niagara Falls Water Board was fined, and then it happened again in October. Now, the state is going to try putting money toward the problem. The announcement was made today by Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul. Governor Cuomo wants to give $500,000 to the board to study upgrades at the Niagara Falls wastewater treatment plant, which was built in the 70s. That's the first part. He also wants to invest $20 million into the city's wastewater system. It's going to be part of the state budget proposal next year, which does have to be passed by the legislature. The state's DEC commissioner, who was also in town for the announcement, says it won't cover the whole cost of the fixes, but it is a starting point. The Water Board signed an order agreeing to study the issue, and the commissioner says he's going to be keeping a close eye on them. Do you have faith and confidence in the Water Board?
I have faith and confidence in our ability to make sure that the Water Board stays on task. You know, that's something that we've done well with them over the last few months.
This is not just to protect the health and well-being of those reliant on this, but is also to protect the health of this local economy. That's how important this is.
A little bit ironic that as that announcement was being made this afternoon across town on 47th Street, water continued spilling onto the road because of that water main break. The superintendent of the water board tells me that tomorrow at 2 o'clock, contractors will bid to fix that project. The winner will get to work right away. He says pressure has been restored at the high school, and so again, students will be back in class at Niagara Falls High School tomorrow. Live in the Falls, Chris Harvard, News 4 at 5.
Well, happening tonight, the Tonawanda Council is hoping to pass a measure that would close a portion of Yonge Street for the next 6 months.
Yeah, that street is often closed for special events, but this time the period could cause a lot of problems for drivers. And News 4's Shannon Smith joins us live now from Yonge Street to tell us why leaders are pushing for this closure. Shannon?
Well, Don and Jackie, the plan is to close Yonge Street here in Tonawanda from Main Street all the way to Delaware in hopes of revitalizing the waterfront here and to bring more traffic downtown. Now, the Common Council is set to vote on this road closure tonight at 7, and it would be for about 6 months. But the goal, again, is to rebuild along the waterfront and also offer several new events. Now, Mayor Rick Davis says closing the road would help to bring more traffic and business to the downtown area.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we saw it in Buffalo where they took traffic off of Main Street and then they brought it back onto Main Street. I think the worst thing you can do is divert traffic around your downtown.
Now, Yonge Street here would close starting December 27th, and this is just a trial run for now to see how it would work with traffic flowing in other areas. Now, council members will have to decide by the spring if they want to make this a more permanent thing and close this portion of Yonge Street for good. The council is scheduled to vote starting tonight at 7 at City Hall. For now, live in Tonawanda, Shannon Smith, News 4 at 5.
Advocates are calling on the state to be fair to direct care. A town hall style rally was organized today at the Buffalo Museum of Science, where groups alongside local and state leaders spoke about the need for fair wages. They want Governor Cuomo and the legislature to speed up the process for direct care professionals to receive wages agreed on in the state budget by 2020. Organizers say too many people are leaving this much-needed field.
We still are experiencing a high turnover rate of up to 25%, and they're leaving positions when they can go to like Target and Walmart or restaurants and make $15 an hour.
Organizers say raising the minimum wage in New York helps, but it's not enough. Similar rallies were also held today around the state. Well, straight ahead, in 2 minutes, derailment discovery, the information that investigators are finding from the black box recording of an Amtrak train that derailed in Washington state.
And then coming up at 5:30, joining forces, how Kaleida Health is keeping the doors open at a Lockport hospital.